What's the first thing you notice here? For me, it's all the trash. Since I started living a low-waste lifestyle over 2 years ago, I can't help but notice how everything around us is made of or wrapped in material that will soon become garbage. I'm Izzi. I'm 25 years old, and I've cared about the environment ever since I can remember. But in the past couple of years, that care has turned into something worse. Fear, anxiety, and even depression. I'm so concerned about the future of our planet that I can't stop thinking about it every single day. I've made a lot of changes in my life to reduce my impact on the environment, with a focus on producing less trash. And while this has helped with my eco-anxiety a little bit, I feel like I need to do something more. So I've made this series to educate people on actual easy steps to take to limit our environmental impact, to help our shared planet before it's too late. The average American produces around 1,700 pounds of trash per year. That's around 3 times the global average, and honestly, it's infuriating. We've gotten so used to a life of convenience and consumerism that we're turning the planet into a landfill. Studies estimate that around 9 billion tons of plastic have been produced since the 1950s, all of which still exist and will continue to exist, poisoning our environment. Though large companies undoubtedly contribute the most to the world's waste and pollution problem, I believe the first step we can take as individuals is to change our own lifestyles in the hopes that corporations and governments will be forced to take the hint. In the 2.5 years that I've lived on Cape Cod, I've realized that it's not easy to be low waste in a small town. But I've met a few inspiring people who are living low impact lifestyles and advocating for change. Meet my coworker Emily, who recently started living a lower impact lifestyle.
I'm very concerned about climate change and pollution. I think that it is a very big issue right now. I'm a reporter and I do a lot of stories locally about pollution, such as our oceans, our water quality, trash on the side of the road. It is a very big issue that I feel we see a lot in the media, but I'm still just not seeing enough action being taken on it.
One local organization trying to make a difference in policy is Sustainable Practices. The group's founder is a badass PhD named Madhavi.
Hi, I'm Madhavi Venkatesan. I'm the Executive Director for Sustainable Practices. I'm also an economist. I teach at Northeastern University, and I focus on sustainability. I've been focusing on sustainability for the last 7 years. Prior to that, I was in the financial services sector. I worked as an investor relations officer and an equity analyst. My PhD is including environmental economics, but I also have a couple of master's degrees related specifically to environmental law and policy and environmental management and sustainability.
In my own journey to lower my carbon and plastic footprint, I started buying products from local entrepreneur Jess.
Hi, my name is Jess Georges, and I have a business called Green Road Refill. And really the business kind of sprouted out of my own anxiety of what was happening in our environment, in our planet, and in our oceans. And the big issue for me was plastic waste. I kind of experimented one morning by waking up and taking a log of every time that I encountered plastic in my day. And I couldn't believe it. And then I went grocery shopping. And from the minute I woke up to the minute I went to bed, there was plastic in my life.
Jess told me about an Instagram account called Cape Cod Minimalist, and I knew I had to meet the woman behind it.
Hi, my name is Brigid. I'm an English as a second language teacher at Barnstable High School. My Instagram account, Cape Cod Minimalist, was inspired by both my boyfriend and one of my very close friends who saw the changes that I was making in my own home, trying to reduce my plastic footprint by trying to shop plastic free, trying to shop with my own reusable items. When I would go walking in the morning, I would also bring a bag with me and collect any plastic bottles that I would see lying on the ground. So this was inspired by both of them to say, you've got to do something. You've got to share this with people. At first I was a little reticent about, hesitant about doing that. But since then it seems to have sparked an interest of other people who either have never even thought about plastic at all before, or those that are actually interested in the concept of sustainability.
I'm very passionate about saving and trying to save the environment, because it was here before we were, our Earth, and I just feel like we take advantage. As a species, we are very destructive toward it. We drive around our cars and they produce a lot of chemicals in the air. We throw trash on the side of the road.
So being on Cape Cod, we are so connected to our environment. I moved here from cities. I didn't feel that deep connection to the environment, but I see it on our beaches. There's many gyres in the ocean, I think a total of 9, but the largest one is right off the coast of California, between California and Hawaii. It's called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. And this is, I want to say, almost double the size of Texas. It's 9 feet deep. It's filthy, and it's destroying our mammal and our wildlife in the ocean.
So my interest in minimalizing pollution and going as zero waste as possible was inspired by my time living in Japan in 2016. I was teaching over there at a university in Osaka, and during a weekend trip, a couple of colleagues and I went to a beach, and I saw all this plastic waste that was coming upon the beaches there, and I was very confused because as a society, Japan is very, very clean and organized, and I was just completely lost and didn't understand where this was coming from. But I soon realized that that plastic waste was actually a lot of times coming from the United States, from Canada, from the UK, and making its way over to China because our recyclables were being sent over there. And I just thought, that's not right. We should be dealing with this on our own instead of sending our trash to other countries and having them have to deal with it.
Well, I'm an economist, number one, and as I continued to go through my life and my career, I started to see very clearly how what we teach in terms of economics is really what facilitates this lack of sustainability that we see around us. People truly only limit their choices and decisions based on the prices that they see around them, and they assume that the goods that are available for them to purchase are healthy and fine to use. And because of that blind trust, which in many ways is sort of like a hypocrisy actually, because I think people do understand that prices come out of exploiting costs, but making them not embedded within the price of the good they're paying for, that somehow somebody's getting paid less. And usually it's the vulnerable other people or the environment. Starting to open up that door of conversation where people can start to see that the prices that we're paying are only based on the exploitation of something. That if we truly believe in environmental and social justice, we start to need to include those impacts to other people, both currently and over time. Because otherwise, what we're only doing is subsidizing our present gratification with our future health on an individual level and on a longitudinal level with the health and well-being of people yet to come.
To me, the worst case scenario is we don't wake up on how connected we are as human beings to our environment, and how the lack of respect that we've had for several generations now in this throwaway culture is going to be irreversible.
So I really just try to take action when I can in hopes that others will follow me and we can normalize an environmentally friendly lifestyle and just make it part of a routine every day so that it's not a different lifestyle from everybody else, but that we can all sort of live an environmentally friendly lifestyle.